studio. Again, we go back to the issue of inflation measurement and economic planning. From what you've said so far, the authorities should be looking at the figures that are coming out and determine where they should focus on in terms of the interventions that could ameliorate the dire situations that Nigerians are in currently. But it's always been the function of government, hasn't it, that you do this, and it's with an eye to improving the lot of the people. But there are some who say Nigeria's situation defies all known theories and concepts, and therefore we may need to look somewhere else, or somehow inwards, or some other way to be able to get things running. What do you say about that?
Well, I mean, that's what I explained to you, that stagflation is just a very complicated one. You can't predict. If anybody tells you, oh, stop this normal supply, it won't do it. There are 4 different ones, and they're all running across purposes. But I tell you one thing that can help. Rail line was a very unifying factor in Nigerian economy before all this breakdown. Rail is the most economical, most effective way of transporting heavy goods, produce along long distances. And because you don't have functional rail moving up, down the country, the cost of transporting food and many things, it looks intractable. I tell you, if you look at one rail line that will have 30 coaches and each coach can have 30 tons, multiply it by 30 is 1,000 tons. It moved in 2 hours or 3 hours from one end to the other. Count how many lorries and trucks, how many trailers will carry that to go through which road, for how many days. The goods would have perished by the time they get from Sokoto to Port Harcourt. And then with all the stoppages, and the roads are bad. That is so difficult to manage until we get our act together on rail lines.
All right? Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, I want to come back to inflation in Nigeria. I said something earlier. From what you said, it seems as if most economic theories are not working in Nigeria. That's what I call theory adaptation and theory adaptation. You bring it where the theory is formulated is full of assumptions around theories and the environment also. Where you are bringing a theory to Nigeria, we don't just adopt the theory. It needs to be adapted. Adaptation means, in the course of implementing what the theory says, consider your peculiarity. And that has been the problem. The peculiarity, for example, now economic theory says, if inflation is on the high side and is caused by excess money, increase the monetary policy rate. We have increased monetary policy rate in Nigeria. What happened? I do tell people, monetary policy will work in an environment where the financial system is formal and well structured. That is where monetary policy will work. Look at Nigeria. There are a lot of informal financial services going on. My people are saying 22 trillion money supply. Where is that money supply? Is that money chasing few goods available, or the money is stuck somewhere? The money that is in circulation is the one monetary policy rate will mop up. But the money that is not in circulation, that is kept in the sock away, that is kept somewhere, monetary policy cannot bring it out. Money that is not in a structured financial system cannot be mopped up by monetary policy. Meaning that in the course of using monetary policy to control inflation in Nigeria, we must consider the environment. The money that is not in structured financial institution, maybe all this isusu, informal something, they cannot be affected by monetary policy. Monetary policy can only affect money that is in commercial bank, merchant bank, all this formal structured financial institution. But an environment where there are a lot of money in the economy that is not in the structured financial institution, how can monetary policy affect that one? That is what I want to say. And before you can control inflation using monetary policy, as I've said, what is the cause of that inflation? I am the compiler of the figure. I don't need to be talking about what is causing it. What is the solution? My own is to talk about this is the figure compiled. These are the reasons why the figure is going up. These are the reasons why the figure is coming down. But I'm talking as an economist now. I'm not talking as an MBS staff. As an economist, this is my own opinion about inflation in Nigeria. If you want to bring inflation down, what are the causes? The causes determine the solution. Not just increasing monetary policy rate, increase cash reserve ratio, increase liquidity rate. All those increments and adjustments, have they abated inflation in Nigeria? Meaning, something is wrong. Another problem with monetary policy is this, is full of lag. Yes, I'll call inside lag and outside lag. Before you say you want to use monetary policy to affect a macroeconomic variable, time is a factor. And monetary policy does not affect economic variable directly. It affects indirectly. It's fiscal policy that affects target economic variable directly. So that's why fiscal policy at times looks more relatively efficient compared to monetary policy. Thank you.
Right.